Hey people, where are we? I know where we are. We're in a challenge. We're in a difficult spot. A mental health place. Does Hooray for America sound a little strained? Like what are you talking about? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's November 2nd. (2020). Notice I tried to throw a little scratch of a peace sign up there. Yesterday was the Day of the Dead. That was a day that apparently in Mexico people take the time to honor their loved ones who are no longer here with us on the earth. And alright, I guess I will try sitting down here. Is that light okay? Trying to get this whole show together for the last 2 hours, going through various scenarios of what to talk about. Trying to channel my dad, who was a minister. He could get up in the pulpit and make the walls shake. No doubt would have no trouble holding the attention of the world, given the opportunity. And I, like many children of parents, are not quite the same as their parents. My neighbor friend, actually my housemate for the next week, gave me a suggestion. He wanted to pose a question to us. His question was more or less as I wrote it down. He says, a crucial election approaches. That is absolutely where we are. What are the five most, and I can't read my writing, but what are the five most important issues that face our country over the next 4 years? The five most important issues. Knowing that we're about to enter a new chapter, the next chapter, and there's really not much that any one of us can do at this point in time, but try to stay peaceful and know that a constructive approach is the way through, in my opinion. I mean, destructive approaches, you can go for that, but I think constructivity, belief, it's a sense of optimism. You don't have to tear things down to get what you want. I'm going to get back to answering this question, but that brings up my dad again, the minister. One of his most valuable principles, ideas of the way the world works that he gave to me, in my opinion, was that the way that you proceed in life, your values, and he was all about values. Values, if he was to write a book, would appear 25 different times in every chapter. Values. Your values that you live by are the means to get to where you want to go. Another simple way of saying that is the ends don't justify the means. If you want to think about that a different way to try to get that locked into your brain. The way you go about your vision to get to a better place in life, a more just or peaceful planet, will be dependent upon you or I or whoever's would like to see themselves be part of that process, in doing justice, and if you want a peaceful world, that's what you have to live out. It's very, very simple. It seems elementary. I almost want everybody in the classroom to think about that, to ponder that. It's the way you proceed could make this a peaceful world. I'm meditating on that for a second. To me, the number one most important thing that faces this country in the next 4 years is the same thing that's been facing us forever, in a way, and that is this sort of knowledge of trying to deal with the knowledge of who we are in relationship to this greater environment of life, as well as the environment of this identity of who we are as a nation, with its mission statement of the people, by the people, for the people, and in order to create a more perfect union, a place where life, liberty, and happiness unfolds and is every man, woman, and child's right to experience and duty to uphold it, and to say, yes, this is worthy, I resonate with that, I like that, I'm signing up for that. I'm signing up for that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So getting back, again, Guy, going back. Going forward? What is the most important issue? A issue of commitment to the original vision, with all the potential still that waits, all the potentially beautiful outcome of a happy people and a healthy people and a planet not being destroyed, and everybody living with some degree of freedom and comfort that is all we could imagine in a caring world, knowing that everybody has their own path in life and choices, etc. But the big thing to get there is, it seems so simple, is a sense of the connection, that we are all part of this living entity, this living experience, this life. We are all part of it. That everyone has a point of view, and in some ways it seems like we're all pointing in on a million different directions, and then we're certainly all divided up between polarity of left and right. But how do we truly, as Mr. Biden says, he wants to be the president of all of us, and that he's not going to be a divisive president? Well, that'd be very good. That'd be very good if he was to be elected, if the polls hold true and it comes out that way. That'd be wonderful. And it would also be wonderful if the vice president, if she was elected, Ms. Harris, is also not a divisive president, but is going to be president of all of us. It hasn't started yet, I would say that. It didn't You got to look in the mirror to say that. You got to see, what have you done over the last 4 years to make this a less divisive world? And that's what we have to do over the next 4 years, a less divisive world. For my way of thinking, I would, I really feel like a greening of America is still overdue, and the love of country environment is such a healing thing versus this exaggerated urban enclave urban